Hello, I'm Alex. I'm going to show you how I produced a danceable EDM track. First, a quick crash course on how low-pass and high-pass filters work, and how to use them in FL Studio. If you already know this, you can simply skip ahead a bit. Let's get started. Jotterm Crash Course. Low-pass and high-pass filters. Here, you see a simple drum beat and a melody, also visible in the channel rack. This is what it all sounds like unprocessed. Now, we'll assign both samples to a mixer track. The easiest way to do this is to select both and press Ctrl+L, or, as I do it, via the menu, Assign to Free Mixer Track. Now they are assigned in the mixer, labeled with colors and names. Next up, the melody. We add the standard EQ Parametric EQ2 and select the preset 40 Hz plus 18 kHz cut. Everything is now prepared. Now you can see what the EQ does. It cuts out the low tones. That's a low cut. Or it removes the high frequencies. That's a high cut. Now we can automate the whole thing. To do this, right-click on the desired knob and select Create Automation Clip. Now you can play with the parameter and adjust it exactly as you like. For example, like this. Crash course finished. So let's begin. And actually, we'll only use 4 main elements. The first element is a serum lead melody that can't really be called a melody. The second element is a bass line that gradually builds tension by incrementally raising the notes. The third element is a vocal sample.
I can see through the dark, I know you wanna go. Get you higher than this, I give you vertigo.
I also created a second version of this vocal with a vocoder.
I can see through the dark, I know you wanna go. Get you higher.
Then comes a second verse of the sample.
Put your foot on the gas, I know you like it fast. Put your foot on the gas, I know you.
Followed by a vocal chop, of which I will only use half. Of course, we have more samples, but these are interchangeable and I will introduce them step by step. Okay, let's build part 1. First, we take the serum melody, which runs for 8 bars. The focus for the kick is to have a dull kick. That's why I cut out the highs. The second kick provides the click sound. Together, it sounds like this. Now, a top sample. Then comes a ride. Played on bars 2 and 4, as is common in techno. After that, the loop comes, but we only use the first 4 bars. Then we take the vocoder vocal and let it play along. However, I only want to use this interaction in a later part, so I'll chop the vocal a bit. Before we listen to the whole thing, let's build a break. For this, we remove parts of the loop and supplement it with a standard techno vocal. Additionally, we remove the ride and build a small break with a snare. So part 1 sounds like this. Not bad. Of course, it's not cleanly mixed yet, but part 1 is now complete. Jacques building the intro. Before we move on to the next section, we need a suitable build-up or an intro, whatever we want to call it. Normally, the drop is created first, and based on that, the intro is built using the existing elements. That's why I chose this order. First, I'll add a classic A snare roll. Not particularly creative, but extremely effective. Second, a top loop. After that, a riser, also standard, but just as effective. Since 2 are better than 1, a second riser is added. Before we listen to the whole thing, I'll complement the arrangement with a standard fill sample. And the snare break. We built earlier to create a transition that works really well. Let's listen to it. Okay, now we take the Serum melody from part 1. To improve the build-up, I first cut out the highs and slowly reintroduce them using automation. I'll show you what I mean in a moment. Now I also want to use the vocal, but only the beginning part. This creates a cohesive intro.
I can see through the dark, I know. I can see through the dark, I know.
In the end, we'll further optimize the whole thing in the fine-tuning process, but for now, it's good as is. We start with a new drum loop over 8 bars. First, we apply a low cut to filter out the low frequencies, and then slowly reintroduce these frequencies using automation. This creates a nice effect. For the last 4 bars, we extend the drum loop to bring in some variety. Afterwards, we add an impact that further emphasizes the transition. Together, it sounds like this. To further highlight this effect, we start with a whoosh. We duplicate this across all 8 bars. Altogether, it creates a dynamic, powerful drum transition. For a better transition from part 1, we also use a crash and a sub-boom. This clearly signals that a new section is beginning. Next, we take the bass line and also work with low-cut and high-cut filters. Both are controlled by automations and adjusted by feel. Now we add the vocals. In combination with the other elements, everything together now sounds like this.
Through the dark, I know you wanna go. Get you higher than this, I give you vertigo. I can see through the dark, I know you wanna go. Get you higher than this, I give you vertigo.
Now a time-lapse of me working with the bass line. I'm preparing the next section, which again represents a build-up. Again, we use low and high cuts, as you can see here. Let's listen to what I've been tinkering with. The result is not yet a masterpiece, but you can already see the playful use of filters and the increasing intensity through rising tones. It is definitely a solid foundation. Now we bring back the kick from part 1. It would be unnecessary to recreate it after all. We simply use the copy function. Next, we add a your crash sound, which is played in reverse. This already creates a small buildup. The gap is, of course, no accident. We deliberately use it to create an exciting break. For this, we use a double kick, which provides additional intensity. In addition, we adjust the bassline and optimize it for this section. Another highlight is the use of the ride, which is integrated for 2 beats in reversed form. This creates a fascinating and varied break that further increases the tension. Now we copy the reversed crash again. It's not forbidden to use such elements multiple times, as long as we adapt them to other areas. Now it's time for the second verse of the vocal. This was doubled.
Put your foot on the gas, I know you like it fast. Put your foot on the gas, I know you like it fast. Put your hands on
Why
the
this one is
dash,
doubled
I
and the
know
others
you
are
like it
not,
fast.
you would have to ask Splice where I got the vocal from. Next, we pick up the serum melody. Again, followed by a clap that we used before, but which I forgot to mention. We are still in the build-up phase, so we play with automation and filters again. Next, the top 4 bars are offset again. On top of that comes the snare roll from the beginning. As I said, recycling is allowed, or even recommended. Next come the vocal chops, which we've already introduced. You know the drill. Now, arrange everything. It's time to listen to our build-up again.
Put your foot on the gas, I know you like it fast. Put your foot on the gas, I know you like it fast. Put your hands on the dash, I know you like it fast. I know you like it like that. Put your foot on the gas, I know you like it fast. Put your foot on the gas, I know you like it fast. Put your hands on the dash, I know you like it fast. I know you like it like that.
Now we can get creative again. For this, we take the Mess D avocoder vocal from the first part and arrange it in a new way this time. For the transition, I add a vocal that calls out, "Do you feel this?" A short, effective moment. Let's briefly listen before we continue.
Like it like that. Do you feel this?
Next, we take the kick we used before and complement it with a yo drum loop, which we slightly adapt. We remove some kicks, a detail whose significance will become clearer later. Creativity is the main focus here. Now we arrange the drums a little, copy, correct, and improvise a bit. Like so. Then we place the impact sound and the whooshimies on the 4th beat to create a prominent accent. A quick test shows whether these adjustments work as planned. Copying is the superpower of the lazy, and that's exactly why we do it. Boom, everything doubled, with no extra effort. Creativity is the weapon of the tireless. That's why we break down the bass line into its individual parts and chop wildly. Unfortunately, the work only becomes truly fun at 900 times speed. Now we pull out the equalizer, cut out the lows like surgeons with a bass allergy, and conjure up an automation as if it were a magic trick. And boom, everything back in high speed. Want a sound sample? Unfortunately, I didn't get the recording perfectly, but honestly, I'll leave it as is. Now we build a new drop with an integrated buildup. We've already prepared the baseline. Of course, insert the cuts kick-ins again, and then play with it a bit, for example, by doubling it. Insert a yes crash plus a reverse crash for more dynamics. The yacht vocal bot once with and once without a vocoder, so also a kind of doubling. Finally, a few corrections. They are always needed. Sorry, I fiddled around a bit. Okay, now we come to the finale. And for that, we want to create a really strong buildup, over 16 bars to really crank up the tension again. We use everything we've collected so far in sounds and effects. Since I really liked the impacts, I'll use those as a basis. Step 1. Claps with delay. So with a nice echo. Step 2. Impacts combined with a whoosh. Then a quick intermediate step. Another crash. And a sub-boom to cleanly finish the last drop. Sorry, that was a bit messy now. Anyway, we continue. Step 3. The Yam synth melody. Of course, with high cut and automated filter sweep. Quick check if everything works together. Okay, the buildup is going well, so on we go. Step 4. From the 4th bar, the kicks on set in. Step 5. Also from bar 4, a vocal chop sample is added. Step 6. The Mies rides. We already know them. Step 7. A riser for the tension curve. Step 8. Clap. Step 9. A snare roll sign. The same one we've already used several times. Then another reversed crash. And finally, the Monfil sample. From the beginning, for recognition. Short breath, sound sample. Not quite perfect yet. The kick at the end is a bit bothersome, so remove it. Instead, add a few doublings to hit the climax better. Another test. Nah, doesn't sound right yet. So, improve it again. Still not quite clean. Last attempt. Okay, still not perfect, but we're out of time. Now, a little bit of playing around with the vocoder vocal. That's another one of those fiddly bits. So, fast forward. Oof. I hope the build-up works now. Let's go. Okay, after 16 bars of buildup, something has to come. But the people on the dance floor want to hear what they already know. So, of course, the kick-inks and the vocal, including doubling with the vocoder voice. And we repeat that again. Then we make some gaps We want to incorporate breaks again to make the whole thing interesting again. For example, with a double kick, aso, or even playful bits with the snare.
You vertigo, I can see through the dark. I know you.
Sound sample. Okay, now we're arranging like crazy. Again, reverse crash, double this time. Another snare roll, also doubled. Ride. But even there, we leave a gap for the pause. Bassline, we can now fully utilize with all its progression stages. A bit of tweaking again. Then we play again with low and high cuts. And their automations. Because it should remain interesting. And finally, with a little creativity, we create the ending. That means we make an end break with the snare. Let's take a listen.
You wanna go, but you higher than this. I give you vertigo, I can see through the dark. I know you wanna go, but you higher than this. I give you vertigo, I can see through the dark. I know you wanna go, but you higher than this. I give you vertigo.
Shakur, final touches. So we come to the final polish. We now apply the familiar low and high band filters. Once to the voice tracks and once to the drums. And we start playing with them to make the whole song sound even more interesting. Let's start with the voice filter. So we need two automations, one for the high filter and one for the low filter. We drag these across the entire song. And we make the filter settings by feel. We do the same now with the drums, also across the entire song. As an example of what effect this has, I'll show you using the intro. Here I cut out the lows for a very short time. Once without a filter. Okay, and now with. Pay attention to how the low tones then come back in. Another example where I played with the highs and lows. You can observe directly on the equalizer what happens. And so we are at the end. Here, the beat is not yet mixed and mastered. But broadly, it already works. If you want to hear the full song, you can find it wherever you listen to music. I'll link it in the description. I hope you were able to learn something or at least felt a little entertained. Of course, I would appreciate a comment. And now, have fun with the song.
See through the dark, I know. You wanna go and get you higher than this. I give you vertigo. I can see through the dark. I know you wanna go and get you higher than this. I give you vertigo.
Put your foot on the gas. I know you like it fast. Put your foot on the gas. I know you like it fast. Put your hands on the dash. I know you like it fast. I know you like it like that. Put your foot on the gas. I know you like it fast. Put your foot on the gas. I know you like it fast. Put your hands on the dash. I know you like it fast. I know you like it like that. You wanna go, I can see through the dark. I know you wanna go, get you higher than I can see through the dark. I know you wanna know. I can see through the dark. I know you wanna know. I can see through the dark. I know you wanna know. I can see through the dark. I know you wanna go. Get you higher than this. I give you vertigo.